Cauvery Water Management Authority to release water to Tamil Nadu. The CWMA upheld the Cauvery Water Regulation Committee's recommendation to release 3,500 cusecs of water daily to Tamil Nadu for 15 days, despite Karnataka's objections over poor monsoon rainfall and the drought situation in the state. Karnataka Chief Minister Shivakumar has called an all-party meeting on August 2nd to discuss the issue.
Now, I have been requesting the Honorable Chief Minister, we will meet at a cordial time. Let this court issues be over. We know that we respect the law of this country. We know the water position. We will try to inform them this local status, and we will have a meeting in a better cordial situation. I appeal to all the organizations, let us not have any band. Let us be peace. This is a peace-loving state. Let us protect everyone's lives.
Now, State BJP Chief B Y Vijayendra took exception to convening of all-party meeting by Chief Minister Shivakumar to discuss the crisis. Vijayendra alleged that the government of Karnataka had released Cauvery water to Tamil Nadu during May and June. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu will approach the Supreme Court to secure its required share of Cauvery water. Law Minister R. Nirmal Kumar said on Friday that he firmly dismissed Karnataka's stance on the interstate river dispute and therefore would go to the Supreme Court. Now, to discuss more on this, we are joined in by Vijay Grover, senior journalist, as well as R. Suresh Kumar, who's also a senior journalist. Now, let me go to Vijay Grover first. Vijay Grover, whenever the monsoons fail in Karnataka or the rains are less, we have the Cauvery dispute coming up. Is it too much of over-dependence on Cauvery that is leading to this? You know, there are two agricultural belts to this. One is the Cauvery Basin area, which has water-intensive crops, and you have the Cauvery Delta area in Tamil Nadu, which is also water-intensive crops that are there. A bad monsoon or a shortage in rainfall is always leading to this. Is it time that we actually see it from a very complex lens, trying to ensure that whenever there is a drought kind of situation or a shortage of rainfall, this problem does not arise every now and then, because you're talking about two states literally shutting down its borders because of this?
Good evening, Varghese. No, as far as the point that you raised is very critical as far as over dependence on Cauvery is concerned, for the simple fact that this dependence will only continue to grow as the city rises. We were 60 lakh population about 10 years back, 12 years back, and today we are at nearly 1.4 crore. Drinking water remains the priority as far as sharing of water is concerned, be it for Bengaluru, Mysore, Mandya, Salem, or any other city which is now depending on Cauvery for its drinking water supplies. So even the WRC and CWMA have very clearly said that the drinking water rights need to be protected, and that's something where both the states, the governments, and every human being understands that without drinking water, there cannot be anything else. So keeping that in mind, we need to understand that the two states know very well that there are going to be drought years. Every 4 or 5 climate cycles do change, and we have this. And this year it was predicted that El Niño effect would be there, and we would have a deficit rainfall. So what preparations were done? There was nothing that can be done in terms of such a short notice. Yes, but there are long-term solutions. We need to find out. Rainwater harvesting is a very viable solution. Tamil Nadu has implemented it well in Chennai, in most of the regions. Bengaluru has it on paper, but does not have any effective implementation of the same. So clearly there have to be dependence on groundwater exploitation and ensure that it is recharged as well at the same time. Now, coming to the present crisis, luckily the rain gods have been very helpful. There is 17 TMC of water which is at the moment in KRS dam. But at the same time, I would also want to point out that the Mettur dam, the standard reservoir, is holding about 36 TMC feet of water. That's the level today which I just checked 1 hour before this show. Now, if the needs of the farmers need to be protected, anticipating that the monsoon is going to be better in the coming months, Tamil Nadu should take a proactive step and release some water from Mettur for the delta farmers. instead of trying to build a tug of war kind of scenario, because we've seen in the previous years also that the monsoons may have been delayed, have failed, but it generally picks up the way it has picked up in the last 4 days. We anticipate by 10th or 12th there should be enough to be able to go beyond the mandate what CWMA has given.
All right. Let me, in fact, get in R. Suresh Kumar, senior journalist who joins us. R. Suresh Kumar, as I was telling Vijay Grover, there's always an issue when the rains are not there enough. And, you know, the Cauvery issue comes up, and of course, it's fought on different levels. It's fought on culture, it's fought on politics, it's fought by shutting down the trade between both the states, it's fought also on language basis, unnecessarily a lot of things. But the actuality is this, that you have one river. The rains, we can estimate probably what could happen if there's a weather phenomenon. We can estimate as to what is the capacity of water that would be in that river. There seems to be an over-dependence on it. There are several solutions that were given saying that we need to limit the agricultural space in both the Cauvery Basin as well as in the Cauvery Delta area. But every year, it only expands, and therefore the need for more water. We have a limited resource right now when it comes to it, because Cauvery is not only feeding the agricultural basin, as it is also a lifeline for a lot of urban centers around it. This over-dependence, is that the real problem right now? And in the long-term solution, what do you think that Tamil Nadu can also look at when it comes to managing the water situation in this particular basin area of Cauvery as well as in the Delta area? I think there should be some kind of understanding how the future should hold, and therefore solutions shouldn't start by just blaming each other on the storage capacity, but actually look at what is driving the demand on the ground.
Good evening, Varghese. I agree to Mr. Vijay Grover. The rain harvesting system in Karnataka, that is actually in Bengaluru is not good. Well, I used to stay in Bengaluru for some time, a month. It is not properly implemented. As far as Tamil Nadu rain harvesting is really a good implementation is done across the state. That Karnataka government should take up this matter and implement this, and it should be seen or regularized. Whenever a plan for a house is there, so for a construction, it should have a rain harvesting. Then only they should approve the plans. But I don't think Karnataka they do this. So only the underground water level is going down. That is the reason for drinking water. One. But now the situation in Mettur is precarious. The farmers of the Delta districts, Trichy, Pudukkottai, Tanjavur, Nagapattinam, Thiruvarur, and Mayiladuguri are in distress. They cannot cultivate paddy.
That's what I was trying to come. I was trying to come at that particular aspect. You know, both the Cauvery Basin area where the agriculture there in Karnataka, the Delta area in Tamil Nadu, both of them have water-intensive crops, and there were a lot of experts who said that you need to limit the agricultural space for water-intensive crops. You should look at other aspects of agriculture. You cannot burden the river and the river's waters only on this. There should be an understanding of how much of agriculture we can do when it comes to these two regions. Both are very fertile, but both of them have water-intensive crops, and the farmers are dependent on that. We need to move away from this water-intensive crops. This is what most of them have said, that we have to limit ourselves. We cannot keep expanding the agricultural area, and over the years, that's what has happened in both the sides.
No, that is the agriculture department mostly. The Union Agriculture Ministry should have a framework. Not only I'm talking about Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, all the states where this problem arises. During there is monsoon failure, or monsoon is not fully expected, and the reservoirs are down, they should educate the farmers. That is the point of the union and state government. But as far as Delta, for the past about 2000 years, it is only paddy. it is only paddy in this delta region. So the farmers don't want to shift the crop. They want to go only with paddy. But that is the problem. So this is a good point, but both the union and state government should think about it.
Right. Let me also ask.
We cannot always believe on Varuna Bhagavan. Varuna Bhagavan will be that is there. That is there.
But okay, let us in fact ask Vijay Grover also that question. Vijay Grover, when it comes to distress sharing, why is it that both states have not been able to come to some kind of understanding on a distress sharing formula? Because every time it's proposed, it's always shot down saying one says the other has enough water, the other says that we've already given more than enough water. So a distress sharing mechanism has never been properly implemented when it comes to both the states.
Well, Varghese, the framework for a distress sharing is something which is very complicated and tricky. And it's beyond the comprehension of most of us in terms of how and why it needs to be implemented. While the 3,500 cusecs, which is being now released from KRS, one of the things in that is that it is also under the distress formula, which is being discussed, where it says 84.5 TNC feet of water should be given to Tamil Nadu minimum in a distress year. We have not yet called this a distress year, and that's something where you cannot quantify the thing, because only when you know that the monsoon has failed. This time we are hoping, the way the monsoon has become a little vigorous in the last 4 or 5 days, we hope that it will pick up. The only unfortunate thing that we see in a distress year is the farmers need water when they need it at the time of sowing. And if they don't get it at the time of sowing, and if it comes later, it is of no utility to anybody else. And that is the pity of this entire thing. So the two states need to actually work out a scenario where you say that, okay, the farmers need 15 days or 20 days, they need to crop, the fresh crop for sowing. At that time, they need the water. So what can be done? There are solutions. It's not that we don't have any solutions. As I pointed out now, that the Stanley Reservoir today has 36 TMC feet of water, which is double of what the KRS is holding today. Why is it we are not even discussing? So if the farmers in Tamil Nadu need to be saved, why is it that the Tamil Nadu government cannot take a bold step and release some water from there instead of the KRS releasing it? Because it's politics. And when you talk of two states, you talk of organizations, you talk of political parties, you talk of oppositions, all these things. And the real issue gets died down the entire thing. The same issue is the Mekadatu. The Mekadatu is being opposed by people in Tamil Nadu, whereas in a distress year, the Mekadatu could be a boon for people of Tamil Nadu, because you have 4.75 TMC feet of water, what is mandated for 15 days, being released from Meghdatu balancing reservoir. It's not a dam. Let's understand, it's a natural storage facility that will come up in case it is allowed with the free fall. With 5 TMC, you can at least ensure that in a distress year, you will have better utility of the water, and in a heavy monsoon, you will not have any kind of crisis of flooding of Madurai or Salem or these regions which sometimes do get kind of thing. So we need to understand scientifically this entire process, that if the two states have to actually come to terms, and I hope that the proactive initiative that D.K. Shivakumar has taken, there will be some positive reciprocation which will come from Tamil Nadu this time. We have an all-party meeting coming up on Sunday, where some solutions are likely to be proposed. But how will Tamil Nadu respond to it? We have no idea. But given the fact that we have a new chief minister who is a little more open compared to the previous chief ministers, there could be something that will come up which will be very, very effective solution, not for this next 2-3 months. We are talking of for the coming years. So that's where people need to put their head into place and, decide, not emotionally, not with anger, not with, the kind of hatred towards each state's language or culture or thing. We need to find out, at the end of the day, it's a human being here, it's a human being there. It's a farmer here, it's a farmer there. It's a drinking water need in Salem, it's a drinking water need in Bengaluru. We need to understand, be empathetic, and I think so only then can that kind of mindset bring about some solutions.
Well, Suresh Kumar, I think is Vijay Grover. I in fact agree with what he's saying, that you need to have a cool mind. You should keep the politics away. You should understand the realities on the ground, understand it scientifically as to what can be done for a long-term solution to the problem, and start the work on it. But at the same time, why is it this emotional when it comes to the river Cauvery in Tamil Nadu also? One aspect of it has been that, Vijay, there is speculation that he might go and meet with the Chief Minister in Karnataka to discuss a possibility of a solution. But most of the time, Cauvery's water sharing has always gone to a third-party arbitration. The arbitration orders come, and then, the entire issue crops up again. A long-term solution never seems to be there when two of the political entities start to speak with each other, whichever party they hold to. Why is it in that situation? And secondly, are we going to keep this third-party arbitration for long like this unless we have an automatic mechanism that would in fact define this properly? Don't you think that automatic mechanism should be the solution to this in the larger sense?
But yes, the Cauvery issue has always been a political stand by the parties. See, Karnataka Congress is facing the elections in 2 years down the line. So they want to have the Meghdadu dam to be constructed. Point number one. BJP too wants that. JDS too wants that. Yeah, Tamil Nadu is against that. All the political parties. Opposition and the ruling party. And the Congress's alliance with TVK here, and Congress in Tamil Nadu are against the construction of Meghdadu. It is all politically this. But the situation now between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka should not go beyond this level, like protests and then it becomes very dangerous, Most of the time, you can see the buses are stopped in the Karnataka border from Tamil Nadu. These arises, and it affects the people of both the states,
Right.
So what should be done now? Both the governments should form a committee with the members, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka.
In fact, I have very less time over here, Suresh Kumar, but I understand what you're saying. But having one more committee is not how it's solves the thing. It is to have a permanent solution to this on a scientific basis, and probably we need to reach towards saying that this is the system which we have to follow when we have a distress here, so that the people's contacts between both of them are not jeopardized. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for in fact giving your perspectives on this very crucial aspect that affects both the states. Well, that's all in this On Point edition. Stay tuned to News 9 for further news updates.
Dear Bestie, how can I thank you for those long, tight, it will be alright hugs, for those unladylike laughter sessions, for healing me? How can I thank you? They say the truest friendships cannot be manufactured. They simply unfold naturally. How true that is for us, Bestie. Love, Bestie Collection. Natural diamond bracelets for you and your bestie.
कुछ भी खा नहीं पा रहा हूँ, बहुत अपसेट हूँ। Take a date, not bites. No added sugar, प्रिजर्वेटिव के बिना। डेट्स, बादाम, पिस्ता, काजू और शहद से तैयार किया गया लायन डेट्स नट बाइट्स।
Lion Date Nut Bites.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9. English news as it should be.
On the show tonight, first, a river you've got two states and a political showdown. Karnataka wants the Mekedatu Dam to secure Bengaluru's drinking water problem, and Tamil Nadu says it threatens its rightful share of the Cauvery River basin. Is this about water security or about political survival? Then a battle that could shake world football. That's right, FIFA versus UEFA. FIFA's $20 billion commercial plan has triggered an unprecedented backlash. UEFA is threatening to boycott FIFA tournaments, including the World Cup. Is football entering its biggest power struggle yet? And finally, on our final segment, the E20 debate that refuses to die down. After questions over older vehicles and ethanol blended fuel, the government has issued a detailed fact check, while leading automobile manufacturers have come out in support of this program. So, where do the facts end and where does the fear actually begin? We've got three big stories, three sharp discourses, and we'll separate the politics from the policy and the claims from the facts. You're watching In Your Interest with me, Kabir Naqvi. First, the top headlines.